Introduction. Professional commitment of a person who is involved in working for various social services has to correspond to one's personal commitment for a higher quality of his or her professional activity and to have an adequate assurance of compliance with the obligations assumed. These two factors have to be identified by a human service professional beforehand. Therefore, the following paper is to discuss particular obligations, duties, and expectations of people who are occupied in this sphere. My personal and professional commitment examples. As it was mentioned above, my personal and professional commitments make one consolidation, which I will be using and referring to during my career as a human and social services professional. However, my first commitment is to help all people, regardless of their ethnic background, income, social status, or any other factors that might influence my respect and relation to a particular person. The second commitment is to be helpful and honest to people who surround me in different instances of my life because there are not many reliable people in today's world. Another professional commitment lies in constant training, obtaining new experiences, and continuous studying of unordinary cases and new practices in my profession. The aforementioned qualities are demonstrated as a result of my understanding of the need for social change, leadership, and advocacy. In order to become a more effective social change agent, leader, and advocate, I considered certain steps that I am obliged to take in my professional development. One of the most instrumental steps to implement during my career activity is to work for a non-profit organization during the first years after graduation. This step will give me valuable experience and multiple possibilities to have a fellowship with highly educated professionals in this sphere. Another step is to travel or study various issues and needs in other countries, which will make me more broad-minded and competent in particular questions. The aforementioned activities always attracted me to this specialization because I like to help people, whereas my dream is to become useful for my environment. My new understanding might impact my future work as a human and social services professional by giving me a full image of duties and obligations that one is required to accomplish in order to become professional in this sphere. I will be eligible for setting certain goals and implementing various strategies that would have a positive impact on the country's social care system. Moreover, my understanding will be useful for analyzing unordinary and original situations during my practice. For instance, after working for a non-profitable volunteer organization, I might receive some specific specialization that will provide me with some necessary knowledge that might be beneficial for my future work as a scientific researcher. Nevertheless, in order to make wise conclusions and statements, one is obligated to obtain a special degree and to gain experience in a particular field. In my case, it is related to implementing social changes in the United States of America, realizing and practicing valuable leadership qualities in my workplace, and so on. Respond to colleagues' statements. One of my colleagues says that the most important quality of a professional in our sphere is to remain flexible. Moreover, Beverly accents on the importance of listening to one another's ideas and thoughts. However, I think that all colleagues are obligated to have constant fellowship in order to gain new information about the occupation's trends or some other useful knowledge that cannot be obtained with the help of credible material. Indeed, flexibility helps a human services professional in multiple individual situations that are very common in this field. For instance, social services workers are obligated to work with people and help them solve their problems. In order to have a good conversation with a client and to inspire hope in one's new life in him or her, it would be proper to have an individual understanding of a person's nature. This approach is also beneficial for a person with some needs because people usually hesitate to make strangers aware of their problems. After reading my other colleagues' report, I want to share some insights that I had as a result of it. However, Parrish stresses that it is essential to provide our clients with particular support and help, instead of discussing their problems. Unfortunately, some people of our occupation forget our primary goals and concentrate on other less significant issues. I agree that the majority of human services professionals sometimes do not realize how they influence some people's lives. It is crucial to understand people's needs and to find the right words for each of our clients because their lives are likely to change according to the human service worker's piece of advice. Moreover, I agree with the statement that leadership is not just a form of authority, but an example to other people that have a desire to become successful in a particular sphere. Conclusion. Professional commitment has to be developed by a person who wants to become a professional worker in one's occupation. Moreover, personal and professional commitments are crucial to revise at least once a year to compare one's experience and set new goals. My goals are to be useful for the society and to help people who need someone's verbal, financial, or any other kind of support. The profession of a human and social services worker makes me feel important and valuable to other people. Everything you need for studies, essay samples, writing tools, and tips, you can find at studycorgi.com.